welcome to part 5. I'm continuing on here, getting this landing page started, or excuse me, deployed and running. And I'm on the droplet right now on the screen, and this is what Mina has made so far when we did the setup. All right, now everything's failing over here. But the bundle is completed. What is happening now is there's no database YAML file. So I'm going back to the droplet, and I'm going to need to make, if we look at the shared directory does not have a public. All right, so I'm going to need to make that. I'm also logged in as the deploy, because you can see as all the permissions here are deploy user. So let me do that. Make a config directory. In Mina, I'm gonna go ahead and make these links. These symlinks here, and I might add some more. We're not gonna need config secrets. This is also going to be a good time. I should do the master key, but I'll do that in a second. Let me finish with the database. This being Rails 6, I'm using some of the credentials. So I'm not going to use the secrets.yaml this time. At least not for this landing page anyway. And I'm going to need to make a database YAML. So let's do that. Config database YAML. And let me go over to the root user. So I'm over here. I did a sudo Postgres SQL to get into the shell here of Postgres. I'm going to do password. Yeah, I'm going to make the password offline and put it into the database YAML file. And then I'm going to rerun the Mina deploy to help save time here. So I'm in the digital open droplet again, and over at the root window of screen within the droplet, I'd made the password for quick border user. All right, I made then a under config, under shared config. So we have two files now. I went ahead and also did the master key. So I got the database YAML, I got the master key. Simply just did a cat config master key pb copy, all right? And just copy that over. So now I'm ready to go, and I made this. I'm going to just make these permissions 644. So let me do change mod 644 shared config. Right now, that's going to be just going to take that read write bit off the second attribute there, which is, what is that? Is that the group? Yeah, group user, and then world, I guess. Okay, so we have a little better permissions there as well. Now, so now I'm ready to again run Mina deploy. We'll see how this goes. It should be able to make the do the database migration, and it doesn't. Let's see. Now, what's the problem? Let's see, a tab character. I wonder if it's not the, let's take a look at what the YAML error. Database YAML, consistent indenting. Okay, am I not? I'm using tabs, huh? All right, let me go and take a look at that YAML file I made. It probably has some tabs, I guess, in it. Let's take a look at the database YAML file here. If I go in Vim, if I go set list, I'll be able to see, and there it is right there. That right there is a tab with that I. All right, so that's the problem there. I do also need to link the master key in Mina config. So I do have to push config master key here too. All right, so let's do Mina deploy again. Okay, again it failed. Okay, so there's no database. Quick port landing production does not exist, so I have to make that, huh? I thought it would make it in my migration. So, I mean, that's something I could add here to Mina, right? To make the, to run a rake task. But I can also just do it in the command line console. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go do it now. I'm just going to go on the DigitalOcean and make the server, excuse me, the database name. That should be the last thing. Okay, I just, from the command line, just went ahead and made the quick border landing production page. I gave it grant all privileges to the quick border user, which is what I have set up in database YAML. So let's run this again now. The Mina deploy should finally work. Okay, there it did. That at least worked. Now it's doing the asset files, and deploy failed. Let's see what was there. Okay, so I'm going to need to go into Node here, it looks like. Because it looks like that's a Node error. So I got to make sure I have the proper stuff set up. Hey, you know, maybe it is better to use Heroku, huh? Anyway, no, this is like, I don't know, it just takes a little bit of time, I think, to do it, you know? And then you got it set up, and it pretty much runs after that. Anyway, yeah, let me go back and take a look now at the dependencies on Node and Yarn. Okay. Okay, I got the got through that last error. Basically, really what it was in just a nutshell. I'm using NVM, and I added just an NVM load, and it's going to load the default, which is 8. So the error is that auto prefixer. I guess it's like the XJS engine was using the default Node.js install in Ubuntu 16.04. All right, so I really had to take that off. I added this, an NVM load, and then I just did a apt-get remove Node.js. So I'm just living off of. And I have a Rails 5 project on here too, and it's using NVM as well. So that really was it in a nutshell. And now I've finished and I've compiled the build. So we got a release out there. Let me go over to here. So we have now, you're going to have now a current. And I'm going to take out this NVM. I put an NVM RC. I'm not going to need it right now. I don't want to confuse stuff. So, yeah, so we got a current directory. Like, we're ready to serve, but I need to hook this up now, and I'm going to use Passenger, I'm going to use Apache, and because I got to get a way to the web server to serve it up. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm also going to put in the, I'm going to set that up, get that config file going, then I'm going to get the, I guess I'll just test it first. Then last thing I'll do is I'll put on that cert that I made back in part 4. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got a basic page here working, but the problem is like Tailwind is not compiling. So, but anyway, I'm gonna end this part right now and just go over what happened here exactly. You know, I just kept on getting like XJS errors, and the problem ended up being that I really just needed to make a symbolic link here, because I have multiple sites running Node on, like I said, on this DigitalOcean droplet, and you know, really, like in the end, it just wasn't recognizing the local nodes on or like the NVM installed nodes. So I just had to hard code it here like this, and now everything is working fine. Again, I was just getting a bunch of XJS. Oh, here's the error here, actually. Just couldn't find a JavaScript runtime. So again, I have two sites, two Rails sites, a Rails 5, and then this one a Rails 6. And that was it. And everything is now, assets are compiling, like things are working. Here is the preliminary quick-border Apache conf I have. I just have some things commented out. I'm going to put in next. I'm going to put in the Let's Encrypt cert. I did have to use Passenger Ruby and have to use the RBEnv to get since this is using 264. Other than that, this is what it looks like, and it's at least serving it up. The Mina deploys are working. I got a version 2. All right, so yeah, like just gonna put in the cert, and then I just gotta figure out how come Tailwind is not packing right. So yeah, like that's gonna end part 5. Thanks for watching.